Another major problem here, and this one is, if you skip this one, you're never going to see results walking both your dogs at the same time, is if walking one dog can be hard enough. Walking two dogs, for a lot of owners, that feels completely impossible. Dogs pulling in opposite directions, dogs reacting to everything, the leashes are getting tangled, just complete chaos. But here's the reality. Walking two dogs is not actually where this problem starts. The problem usually starts when neither dog understands how to walk properly by themselves. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I teach dogs how to walk together. And these two dogs are the perfect example because they are pack mates, and they are new pack mates at that. And to top it all off is that they're both cattle dogs. But before we ever put them together and expect success, we're going to make sure that they both do well individually, because that's actually where success begins and will make walking them together so much easier. If your dogs are a disaster when you walk them together, the solution usually isn't more practice walking them together. The answer is usually going backwards first. Let me show you what I mean. Before we get into it, how many dogs do you have? And do you ever try to walk them together? Let me know in the comments. Guys, one more quick thing before we actually get into the video, because this matters, and I don't want this video to be about this, but you have to use the right tools. This is important even if you're just trying to walk one dog, but if you're walking two dogs, using the right tool is even more important. You need equipment that is going to give you the ability to give clear communication, it gives you control of both dogs easily, and it gives you leverage. Most of the time when owners are trying to do this, they don't have the right tool for the job, and that is just going to make your job even harder. Now, don't try to come for me here. You can walk multiple dogs on any different type of tool. That is where the training comes in play, but some tools will make training a lot easier, whereas some tools will make training a lot harder. If you know, you know. Just remember that walking two dogs isn't harder just because there are two dogs. It's harder because now there are twice the amount of decisions that are being made and twice the amount of opportunities for things to go wrong. The better communication you have with each dog, the easier it becomes to walk two dogs or more. This is Ginger. Ginger is a 7-year-old cattle dog, and she is step one in this equation. We need to get her walking beautifully on a leash so that we can introduce her brother, her new brother, Ozzy, so that they can walk nicely on a leash together. As you can see, Ginger walks beautifully on the leash. She is very responsive to me. She responds very well to leash pressure. There's no pulling. I don't have to correct any of her behavior. She stops with me. She goes with me. I can use the leash to communicate very easily. This is a dog that is completely ready to add a second dog into the mix. When I'm assessing a dog's readiness to add another dog into the mix on their walk, I'm looking for a couple different things. Can the dog follow leash pressure? Can the dog stay connected to me? That doesn't mean they need to be, 24/7 focused heel, but can they stay generally engaged with me on the leash? Do they have a problem with pulling? Because pulling at any capacity, whether they're dragging or whether they are just steady putting a little bit of pressure, will make it much more challenging to walk another dog with that dog. Are they neutral to the environment, which means they can ignore distractions? They're not reactive on the leash. They're not anxious when they're on the leash. That matters. And lastly, are they in tune with me? If I change direction, are they hitting the end of the leash before they end up coming with me, or are they moving with me? Are they in tune with my movements? Because if they can't do those things that I listed right there individually, they're definitely not going to start doing it when we add another dog into the mix. Now again, this doesn't have to be perfect, but what I'm looking for is understanding from the dog. Does this dog understand how to properly walk with a human? Properly take leadership and guidance and direction from a human when they're on a walk? As you can clearly see, Ginger, yes. She is so ready for it. Now let's take a look at her new little brother, dog number 2, Ozzy. Ozzy is a 1-year-old cattle dog, and he is the new mix into their family. As you can see, Ozzy's pretty sharp too, even just a couple days into his training program. As you can probably also notice, I'm doing the exact same things with Ozzy that I did with Ginger. I'm looking to see, can he follow leash pressure? Does he move with me? Is there any pulling on the leash? Is he getting distracted? Again, as you can see, Ozzy is killing it too. This dog is ready to be incorporated with his sister and we can start creating a nice harmonious walk together with both dogs. It's very important that we do the same things and we know both dogs are capable of the same skills. Because one of the biggest problems I see is that dog owners have dogs with completely different skills. Then we throw them together, and then of course they're throwing each other off. Dogs will absolutely play off of each other in a good way or a bad way. So you want your dogs capable of the same behaviors, so this makes your life so much easier on the leash. For example, one dog might walk beautifully on the leash, and the other dog pulls like a freight train. One dog might be calm and confident, one dog might be an anxious mess. One dog might be neutral through and through around all distractions, and the other dog is reactive. So it's all about training each dog individually first before we think about layering them together. As you can see, Ozzy and Ginger are both individually awesome. So now let's layer them together. So you have a couple of different options here. We're gonna start off with them both on the same side and see how that works. Come on, let's go. All right, just like I thought, Ginger walking beautifully, Ozzy walking beautifully. Layer them in together now, and they're walking beautifully. As you can see, again, both dogs are moving with me. I'm still in control of the walk, even though there are two dogs. I am not talking at all. I'm just leading. I'm showing them what to do. I'm showing them how to follow direction. The leashes are completely loose unless I'm trying to get intentional communication. I'm not letting either dog bother each other. That's not what this is about. Even though you guys are in close proximity together, that's not what this walk is about. The walk is about calmness. It's about following the leader, following your owner, mom or dad or whoever it may be. That is what the walk's about. You might be right next to each other, but pretend they're not even there. Follow my lead just like you would if you were on a solo walk. But I will say a very common mistake owners will make is that this is the part that they rush together. They think dog A knows it, dog B knows it, dog A and B must know it automatically. But that's not how dogs work. We still have to teach them the picture of walking together now. I'm not trying to do anything incredibly fancy, especially when I'm teaching the foundations of how to walk together on the leash with another dog. As always, I'm worried about calmness. I'm worried about connection. I'm worrying about no pulling, no tension on the leash whatsoever. I'm worried about them not fixating on each other, but rather paying all the attention to me as the handler. Because another mistake I see a lot is that when we add two dogs together, now all of a sudden both dogs ignore the human. It's like the human doesn't exist. But that's the most important part about walking multiple dogs together is you still have to lead this walk. You still have to show them that you are the one that makes decisions. You are the one that's going to coach them on the walk all the time. You'll notice as well that my communication style on the leash doesn't change with either dog now that they're both there together. Beautiful. I'm still focusing on keeping a loose leash. I want them walking with me. I want them next to me. I don't want them pulling on the leash. I don't want them worried about each other. I want them still following my lead. They stop when I stop. We go when I go. If I take a turn, they follow me. They're not focused on doing their own thing. They're focusing on following me. So when you really break that down, when you saw me walking Ginger, when you saw me walking Ozzy, and then when you saw me walking them both together, not much really changes. The only difference is now there's two dogs instead of one. I'm not doing anything different. Another major problem here, and this one is if you skip this one, you're never going to see results walking both your dogs at the same time, is if one of or both dogs struggle with any behavioral issues, anxiety, reactivity, aggression, anything at all, then you want to step back, fix those problems individually first, and then worry about trying to walk them together. Because adding another dog into the mix with your one reactive dog or your one anxious dog or your one hard puller is usually going to just really magnify your problem with the other dog. And that's exactly why owners get so frustrated so quickly with their dogs, is because they're trying to skip so many steps. You want to make sure that you set your dog up for success, which means starting on a rookie mode and working your way through until advanced GOAT mode. Most owners want results yesterday, so they just skip to the finish line. They skip to GOAT mode and try to walk two reactive dogs at the same time who are both hard pullers together on the leash at the same time. Well, yeah, that sounds like a nightmare. I wouldn't even want to do that as a professional. In the end, walking two dogs successfully is actually not about walking two dogs at all. It's about having two individual dogs that both understand leash pressure, engagement, boundaries, and the structure and expectations of the walk. Once all of those pieces are in place together, walking two dogs together at the same time becomes very easy. So if you've got multiple dogs and you're struggling to walk them all together, don't try training the group all at the same time. Train dog A, train dog B, then train dog A and B together. Because the better each dog understands their job on the walk individually, the easier it is going to be for them to do their job when they're together. Alright, so that's how to walk two dogs at the same time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, comment any questions that you have, and share it with somebody that has multiple dogs and struggles to walk them together. As always, subscribe to the channel. I put out multiple videos per week covering all things dog behavior, as well as how-to videos like this one. I'm the Big Dog Guy, and I'll see you in the next one.